crowd of some 47,000 at Anfield today means that the 4 matches between Liverpool and Manchester United this season have been watched by a total of over 200,000 fans. A further testament to the popularity of these two clubs. The Liverpool crowd have not seen their team beaten at Anfield for 15 months, and they're hoping that that run of 25 unbeaten league games will be the basis of their side exacting revenge for the semi-final defeat by Manchester United. A defeat which prompted Bob Paisley to make 2 team changes and bring back Alan Kennedy at number 3 in place of Emlyn Hughes, and Jimmy Case in midfield in preference to striker Steve Highway, who is now the substitute. The Manchester United fans bathed in sunshine at the Anfield Road end of the ground, looking forward to going back to Wembley in a month's time for the 3rd time in 4 seasons. Their team today is without Gordon McQueen, who is suspended for 1 match, and also without Jimmy Greenough, the man whose goal won the semi-final replay. He's injured. So his brother, Brian Greenough, goes into his old position of centre-half to replace McQueen, and Andy Ritchie is in the attack, wearing number 8, alongside Joe Jordan. Mickey Thomas, number 11, was doubtful until today with a heavy cold, but he was past fit this morning. And one of the great personal battles of that FA Cup semi-final is renewed today, with Ken Dalglish, who scored that fine goal in the first match at Main Road, up against his old adversary, Manchester United's Martin Buchan, who marked him so superbly in the replay at Goodison Park. Clive Thomas from Wales, who always relishes the big occasion here at Anfield. Glorious day as Liverpool kick off, playing from the left, attacking the Kop end in the first half, and pleased to be back in their red strip Liverpool after wearing that unfamiliar yellow in the semi-final. Manchester United again in white, although they will be wearing red in the FA Cup final at Wembley, having won the toss to do so against Arsenal. And they'll be captained again, injury permitting of course by Martin Buchan. Sun shining in the eyes of the Liverpool players. That's Souness. Phil Thompson now the captain. Ray Kennedy. Thompson, who's taken over from Emlyn Hughes. McDermott. Case. 6 players forward for Liverpool. Ball just hit McDermott on the back of the leg. That was Ritchie to Jordan. Now Alan Kennedy. Appeals for offside, nothing given. Orbiston. Souness. Nice turn by Steve Coppell against Alan Kennedy. Ritchie is just inside in number 8, crowded out. But I think possibly a foul by Souness on Ritchie. Left his foot there a moment, and that was seen by Clive Thomas. Here's Coppell. Notice Ray Kennedy there dropping back on the left-hand side to counter Coppell. Here's Nicol. Neil's header. Dalglish coming deep. McElroy. There's Lou Macari beaten by Souness. Here's Dalglish. He's going to find Case. Still Case. He scored a fine individual goal at that end against Arsenal last week to mark his return to the side, Jimmy Case. And when you look back at Liverpool's results, he is a very important player in their team, in the tactical sense as well. Here's Thomas. Ritchie, that's a good turn. Oh, what a very good move. Joe Jordan came in there and very nearly put Manchester United in front. And Clement speaks to the defence because they were caught short again, Liverpool. Ritchie made the opening on the left, he got round nicely, it was a fierce cross, and Jordan came hurling himself in and might well have scored. That's on by Johnson. Dalglish! Oh, what a good save! The play set up by David Johnson with the flick header, but it took Dalglish only a split second to turn and wrap in the shot, which Bailey, going to his right, did just as well to save. Here's Case. Thompson. Nicely left by Ritchie for McIlroy. Souness gets back. That's a fine ball. Ray Kennedy. Alan Kennedy's made the run through. It's well seen by Brian Greenough, but Ray Kennedy lofted across to Case. McDermott, too tight for Souness. But Liverpool quite relentless with this possession. Still 7 players forward. Souness, Johnson, Nichols' header. Steve Coppell working overtime. McIlroy. Souness. Touched by Dalglish to Johnson, and the return, 2 to his right. Oh, well, Case began to go inside, and a little misunderstanding there between a team of players whose understanding is normally so good. Minutes to go in the first half. It's intriguing stuff, but it's still Liverpool 0, Manchester United 0. Liverpool with more of the ball, but Manchester United, certainly early on, dangerous on the break. Case. And again, Thomas thwarts it. Real terrier, little Mickey Thomas, dropping back and shutting Liverpool off on this side when he can. Especially Jimmy Case, who's getting quite frustrated at this stage. But this time he has got the free kick. Kennedy came in, so did Thompson. Was away in the end by Albiston. Here's Thompson. Alan Kennedy. Did that nicely. Dalglish! The scorer, his 22nd of the season for Liverpool, and a goal beautifully made for him by Alan Kennedy, who over on the left-hand side there, checked, came back inside Steve Coppell, delivered the cross to the far post, and Dalglish put it away to give Liverpool the lead after 35 minutes and put the Kop in good voice. Hansen's long legs denying Jordan. So Liverpool, beaten only 3 times in the league this season, lead 1-0. There's Johnson. Those defeats were all away from home at Everton, Arsenal and Bristol City. McDermott. Souness didn't get a hold of that. And you have the feeling, watching the Liverpool team, especially the midfield players, that they've put their minds today to doing what they couldn't quite do in the semi-final. Here's Nicholl. Ritchie and United in a good position here with Coppell. Plenty of support inside. Macari! And that might well have been the equaliser. Steve Coppell broke well down the right wing, He had good support in the middle from Macari nearest to him, who didn't quite get the height on it. Or shall we say that Clements was at his most alert. Just a minute left in the first half. Liverpool leading by Dalglish's goal, but the match, as seems to be the fashion between these two sides, seems wide open. Neil. Case. It's really well done, and Nicol on the far side has to give away the corner under some pressure from David Johnson. Alan Kennedy. Bailey holding on well. The referee blowing dead on 45 minutes. The match moved so fast there was no interruption. The only interruption as far as Manchester United were concerned came from Ken Dalglish, who scored in the 35th minute to put Liverpool ahead in another exciting, refreshing half of football from these two old rivals. Manchester United also made their chances, particularly those falling to Jordan and Macari, but Liverpool lead at half-time. Manchester United now attacking the Kop end. Liverpool probably pleased to hear at half-time that their nearest rivals in the championship race, West Brom, were losing. Liverpool began the day 5 points ahead, having played one game more. And after today, in fact, Liverpool have got a long run-in of away games. Only 3 of their last 9 games will be here at Anfield. Alan Kennedy's header. Jordan went down, fouled by Phil Thompson. Something of a running battle going on between Jordan and the Liverpool defence. It started back in the semi-final. A rueful smile on the face of Souness there as Jordan walked past him. Two hard men perhaps appreciating each other. There's Coppell busy again. Ray Kennedy, Souness. Now Nicol for Manchester United. Thomas. Just overran that slightly, and here's Ray Kennedy with Case breaking on the right. Liverpool have played that ball so well this afternoon. McDermott is in support inside, and Phil Neal's made a run from the back. Still Case. There's Neal! Oh, I say! Phil Neal, so delighted as well he might be, because this today is his 250th match for Liverpool Football Club in the first team, and he celebrates with a lovely goal. Neal saw his chance there to join the attack from a deep position. He was well found by Case, and he slid the ball past Bailey to put Liverpool 2-0 up right at the beginning of the second half. Thomas. Nothing given. Phil Thompson, I think, enjoying himself, and the referee quite convinced that Thomas took a dive. And a substitution about to be made by Manchester United. Stuart Houston waiting to come on, and I think Andy Ritchie will come off. Here's Johnson. It's going to run for McDermott. Case. Good support on the far post, away by Macari. Here's Ray Kennedy. Oh, it struck Buchan. Back again by Case. Kennedy. Souness. That's for Dalglish, but a goal kick. Stuart Houston keen to get back into the first team action. He was out for a long while with injury, and now he goes on in place of Andy Ritchie, and we'll just see, as Manchester United take a striker off, how they're going to reorganise. I rather think Stuart Houston will take up a defensive position, which is where he normally plays, and it may mean Koppel going into the front of the United attack to join Jordan. Case on the far side, and here he is again. Souness, away by Greenough, but it's all Liverpool now. Look at this. Neil, Dalglish, good running by McDermott. He's through here. Buchan in the way and scrambled clear. The third goal looked a formality then, until Buchan stepped in. But Liverpool allowing Manchester United no respite at all. Neil. Arthur Augustin has moved into midfield, allowing Houston to go to left-back, and they push Koppel into the attack. That's how United have reorganised with the substitution. Houston's header. Ray Kennedy driving the ball against Greenough. Here's McDermott. Johnson. Wide is Case, waiting in the centre. Dalglish and Ray Kennedy. Away by Greenough. Case again. Johnson should have done better. Ray Kennedy. It's all one way. Dalglish. Well won by Neil. Dalglish. Wasn't one of his better passes, but there's so much room around that there was time to retrieve it. Here's Johnson. Manchester United just funneling back now with 10 players. Here's Hansen for Liverpool. Dalglish, still there Dalglish, and Buchan got in the way of the shot because Dalglish knew it was on its way. He's obviously going to haunt them right up to the end, having opened the scoring in the first half. Martin Buchan got in the way. Right across to McDermott. Liverpool unbeaten since December in the league and putting the results together now when it matters, as well as the performances. Jordan getting up and away by Thompson. Now Macari for United. case. And Souness has got McDermott running down the right. He's still running. Souness makes his way into the penalty area, joined by 3 others. Johnson came in. And now it's Case. That almost fell for Johnson as well. So Liverpool maintaining the impetus right to the end. Here's Phil Neal. McDermott. Souness, we're playing time added on now by the referee for stoppages. Here's Neal again. McDermott. Macari goes in with Johnson. Bit of climbing there by Phil Thompson. Here's Thomas. Souness. Orbiston has got Thomas down the left. Coppell just inside. Feels for offside, not given. Thomas's cross, hooked away by Neal. Thomas again. Comes the chance here at the end for Manchester United. Oh, and Kennedy missed it, and so did Macari, and Coppell's there. And so is Neal, what a mess. Macari's header. Then Coppell and... Oh, out the hands of the goalkeeper by Hans. What is going on back there? Almost carnival time in the penalty area, right at the end. I think even Clemens can see the funny side of it. It was really his ball then, surely. Thomas, McIlroy, finally driven wide, and the referee puts an end to the match, which was really completed on a fairly humorous note. But Liverpool will be in good spirits because they have completed the double in the league over the team who knocked them out of the FA Cup semi-final. A goal in each half, and a goal in which the fullbacks played a part, because Phil Neal got the second just after half-time, and the first one was made by his other fullback partner, Alan Kennedy, for Kenny Dalglish. So a good team performance by Liverpool, who ran the match in the second half, and surely now one has to feel that the championship of the First Division looks like coming to Anfield for the 11th time. Liverpool 2, Manchester United 0.
I seem to remember Terry having the ball, playing it to Jimmy, and we've worked this thing for a few years now, and I seem to time a run to perfection, really, and Jimmy just squeezed it through to me, and there it was. I couldn't believe it. I saw it in the back of the net. I thought, well, I'll look around and see whether it was offside or not, but it was back in the sack, which was jubilant. I was jubilant, really.
Obviously, you'd had that FA Cup defeat at the hands of Manchester United. Did you do anything different today, either in terms of tactics or attitude, that enabled you to beat them this time?
Not really, John. No, we're obviously at our own ground, and that puts the pressure on them, really. So we just tried to go out normally and just play our own game. I thought, you know, having played in midweek in a mud bath and coming here today on a pitch, the lads settled in well, and we probably could have had a few goals early on. But it wasn't until Kenny got it just before half-time, which again was a good time to get a goal, especially against United, who were battling all the way.
And also a goal made by the other fullback.
Yeah, Alan Kennedy did great. Alan's like this, he likes to burst forward, and he does it great. And it seems to suit our style, especially at home. And as I say, we're not giving away goals at the back as well, which is another bonus too. Actually,
there was one it was almost a comedy of errors in the last few seconds that I've got to ask you about. Because although Ray Clements saw the funny side, but he certainly wouldn't have done it if it had been earlier in the game, would he?
No, that's right. The ball bobbled about for about 5 minutes, and I said to Ray at the end, "Don't panic," like this. And it must have been. It seemed to be in there for about 5 minutes, just bobbling up and down, and nobody could get it anywhere really. Yeah.
So it all ended up all right, and you're on course, it would appear now, for the championship again, with West Bromwich Albion dropping a point.
Well, we win our own games, John. We've got a game on Monday, so we don't really look to anybody else. It's in our own hands, really.
So that win by Liverpool puts them 6 points clear, as West Brom only drew at home and are now only 2 points themselves in front of Nottingham Forest, who won away.